Your JobTread CRM is where you can manage all of your relationships with your leads and customers. When we're in JobTread, we click on the customer directory from the main navigation, and then we are viewing all of our leads and customers in one place. When we need to add a new customer to JobTread, we'll click on the plus customer button on the top right corner. Here I can enter in the account name. The account name is the broad overarching name for this customer. So it could be the Smith residence, the Johnson family, the Johnson household. Right now we'll just type in customer J for the account. And then I have what are called custom fields where I can collect additional information about my customer accounts that are relevant to my business. So here I have the lead source, referral, maybe their status. This could be the sales pipeline, so the lead contacted us. And then I can indicate what their needs are. So they need a kitchen remodel, and maybe they mentioned a possible bathroom remodel later on. Now I have the lead score. So maybe that lead is telling me that they already have financing in place and they're ready to start the jobs right away. So I'm going to give them a high score. And then of course I can add any additional notes. So the kitchen remodel would be 250 square feet, and then there are 2.5 bathrooms. Now I can add details for the first primary contact that is in this customer account. You can have multiple contacts within an account, so this will just be the first one. Here I'm going to put Jerry customer, and they are going to be a homeowner. And then I can add their email address. So let's just copy and paste this email address. There we go. And then add their phone number. Now I can add any additional notes about this customer contact that I need to. Will be the main point for the projects. All right, here I can add any location details for my first job site location within this account. So I'll start searching Google for an address, and then I can select the address for this particular location, and then I can even change the display name if I'd like to. So maybe this is their primary residence. And now I have custom fields for my location. So they're not going to give me my entry code quite yet, so I'm going to wait on that. And now I'm going to add in the dwelling type. This will be a single family home. And then I can go ahead and ask them any additional questions about their location. Here, maybe in the notes, I could add some notes about that location. So park in the back driveway off the alley. Great. Now I'll click Create Customer. Here we have the customer account. Now this is an internal account where you can take all the notes you need to about that customer. In fact, I would probably recap any of our conversations here, and this will become a paper trail of all my interactions with the customer. On the right-hand side, these are my custom fields for my customer account that can be edited at any time. And then you have your first contact card with your initial Jerry customer. Let's go ahead and add an additional contact to this customer account. So we'll click plus contact, and here's where I can add the other homeowner. Janet customer, and then let's go ahead and copy and paste that email address in here. Perfect. We need to say that they are also a homeowner, and then adding in their phone number. And maybe Janet will only really be involved during the design phase. So include in design phase. Great. Create contact, and now we have 2 contact cards for this one customer account. Let's go take a look at some other customers that we've already created. So I'm going to go back into my customer directory, and I'll click on my customer C. Now I've already completed a job with this customer, and in fact there's an upcoming job that they might want me to do. So here you'll see that I have a full paper trail of all of my interactions with this customer. Additionally, I have some tabs across the top that are going to include information about that customer. So here I have documents, so any documents I send this customer from any of the jobs I work with them on at any of the locations they're connected to will be landed here. I also have payments made by this customer. And then I have my Files tab. This is where I can upload any files, photos, videos of that customer's maybe job site when I do the site visit, or any of the photos that I want to then add to other locations in JobTread later on, such as the jobs. Now I have the locations. This is where it's showing me that I have 2 locations tied to this one customer, and I may be doing work at one or both locations. Then I also have the Jobs tab. This is where I can have one or multiple jobs associated with this customer account. Now let's head back into the customer directory. Click on Customers from the main navigation. Now you can also import your leads and customers using our import tool on the top right, or there is also an option to set up a web lead capture form that you can put on your website for your leads to fill out, and once they fill that out, they will automatically be added to JobTread. That can be created in your settings in the Web Forms tab. Now back in the customer directory, currently we're viewing all leads and customers, but we also have several other saved views of this data that walk you through the stages of your customer's relationship. So if I click on this drop-down menu, I can then see all of my new leads. These are brand new leads added to the system. I have not started the estimating process with them quite yet. I also have my active leads, those who I have maybe started the estimate process with, or maybe I've sent them a customer order and they haven't signed it quite yet. I also have my active customers. These are people who have signed the customer order, therefore we're moving forward with the job. And then I have my past customers, those who I have completed work with. And of course, I also will have closed lost leads. So if I sent them a proposal, they declined it, and I closed out the job without doing any work, and then you can archive any lead or customer. Now, as you'll notice, I also have some additional views that I've created here for myself. So anytime you see a table similar to this one in JobTread, it's completely customizable. So you can choose the columns that you're viewing and the order in which you're viewing them. Let's go ahead and click on the gear icon here, and it will open up our custom data view settings. Now on the right-hand side, I can choose the fields that I'm viewing. So those are the columns in the table. Let's go ahead and hide some of those columns, and we'll add some additional columns. These could include your custom fields if you'd like. Now I can click the Apply button at the bottom, and it will give me a preview of my changes. Now it's not going to save those changes quite yet until I click the Save button, but that will save and override my existing view with the changes I made. I actually encourage you to click Save As instead, and you can create a new view for yourself. So here is Customer Custom Fields view, and I can click OK. And now you'll see that that view is saved in my personal views, and then I can convert it to an organization view later on to share it with others. I also can choose to sort the data. So right now I'm sorting by name in ascending order, and then I can also add filters. So I'm currently filtering out any archived leads or customers, but I can add as many filters as I need to in order to see the information that's most relevant to me at this time. Now another view that you can create is called a Kanban view. A Kanban view is based on your pick list custom fields. So let's create our custom fields first, and then we'll create our Kanban view. So first we have to go into our JobTread settings, and then we'll create our custom fields. Now any custom field that you create that is a pick list type with several options, that can then be converted into a Kanban view for all your data. So once you have a pick list item saved in your customer accounts, we can go back to our customer directory, click on the gear icon, and now I can choose to display my information as a Kanban view. So we'll click on this drop down, and here are all my pick list custom fields. I'm going to select on the status one. Now I can click the Apply button, and it's going to show me all of my customers by status. And this is based on my custom fields. So I have my first step, second step, third step, and so on. Now the benefit to this is that if you need to move a customer from one status to another, you can just click and drag that customer card over to the next status, and it will update that custom field on the customer account. Another Kanban view that I like is customers by need. So I've created this one based on my field called needs. And here I can see all of my customers based on what type of jobs they're looking for. Now, as you can imagine, you could create several custom views of your customer data. And the purpose of these is to give you the most relevant information front and center so you have what you need at your fingertips. If you have any questions, contact your customer success manager, or you can email support@jobtread.com and we'll be happy to help.